Final match in round 1. Effectively, after this, everyone will have had their first match. So far, we have 2 1-0 wins, 2 2-0 wins, 2 3-0 wins, and a draw. Sashay and Sally, are they going to make it a second draw? A 4-0 win? Or something else? I randomize the Colosseums every time, and I randomized it 10% chance into Sunny Park Colosseum for the one character that's based on Sashay, who is the Pokemon Battle Revolution Colosseum Master that battles in Sunny Park Colosseum. So let's see how that goes. Let's see how that goes for her.
The once peaceful air is now turning thick with tension at the appearance of such intense Pokemon. The stage is set and the curtain is up. The red corner makes the first attack. A solid hit. Its special attack fell. Geodude uses its move.
Hello, talk about having watched the previous fight.
The situation is a
Spikes and Toxic Spikes, turn 1, not even turn 4, or turn 5. We're doing Toxic Spikes first, and then Spikes a few turns after. No, they're just straight up turn 1. What is going on in this first round? We get the double Toxic Spikes from both sides. My Magic is gaming. Then Tanner comes in, avenges me by using Toxic Spike strategy against their opponent, using the strategy that beat me, and then adds Spikes. Sashay was like, I watched Tanner's fight 10 minutes ago. Let's use both things. I'll actually think about what the rest of Sally's team is. Fire type, Fire type, Fire type, Flying type. Only their final Pokemon, Lugia, is unaffected by Spikes and Toxic Spikes. Torchic, Kulava, Arcanine are not. Also Hornbill on the other side.
Hornbill impales its target.
Well, I guess that happened with Tenor as well. When they set up Toxic Spikes and then their Slugma got one-shotted by a one-hit KO move. I'm still saying advantage Sashay.
Its evasiveness
Also,
fell.
notice Bidoof's nickname. I feel like they wanted to call it Peanut Butter. But it didn't fit. It's still Peanut Butt.
Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. Who's
I'll let you think about what that means. It just sounds funny. Ooh, Hyper Beam.
A huge amount of damage. It's down.
Rollout's one of the better moves you can get, so Corpus can stay alive. That can add up to loads of damage.
The blue corner evened up the amount of remaining Pokemon, despite being at a disadvantage.
Recharge!
This turns
I
out
can
to
only
the
select one Metronome. There's a recharge, there's a rollout. What was the other one doing? I forgot. Was the reason the other one couldn't do anything?
It's being ganged up on.
Oh yeah, dive.
Hit. That hurt.
You're gonna see some big damage here.
Torching.
But that Bidoof with rollout, which is the move Bidoof can learn by itself, is gonna deal major damage to Grovyle. And Bidoof's a good health to survive for a while. It's stuff like that that Sally needs to have a challenge against the Toxic Spikes. Consistent, strong hits to then out-damage what the Poison will do against them.
Its attack missed.
Ooh, that could have been big too.
Successfully hit multiple
Not
times.
quite. Turn 4 next turn. This was turn 3.
A smashing blow.
It's already big, it's super effective. Well, I guess by Geodude, it's a special attack, not that big. Not the Omni Boost, that would have been big.
Well, both corners still have a chance to win this.
So now that there's 2 people in Group D, both Tenor and Sashay, that have used Spike's Toxic Spike strategy effectively already.
A fierce blow. Such
What's gonna happen when they fight each other? Sashay and Tenor fight each other round 2. The next time they battle, they're against each other. It'll be Tenor Sally and then Sashay versus Samantha in round 3. And after that, group stage is over. Alright, that's Grovyle done. We got one more turn to roll out.
And goes down.
What's next in Sashay's team? What's their next member? What's their 4th one? Golbat? I think it's Golbat, because then I have Charizard and something else.
Big hit.
Golbat's gonna go, even Charizard even more, but Golbat's gonna go down in 1 hit to that rollout. Yeah, they have Deoxys. So they're tied at 4-4. Sally's gonna keep in the lead if that rollout hits. And then through the... this is going a lot quicker than normal, which is why the poison damage doesn't seem as important. Sure, it definitely was there, otherwise Geodude wouldn't have been able to KO the Torchic there. But it doesn't seem as big because the average damage output per turn is higher than normal. Roster Purge. Probably want to hit the Bidoof so that the other poison will activate. Thing is, it's Sally's final Pokemon that's going to be key, because that thing is not only their highest base at total Pokemon, in Lugia, it also doesn't get hit by spikes or toxic spikes. Also, there goes Golbat.
A huge amount of damage. It's down.
Looks really cool, that shiny. We didn't get to see much of it, though. How to counter spikes, toxic spikes. Use rollout. Ooh, Torment. On Quilov. Every second turn now, they cannot use Metronome. Not sure if that applies to this turn, though. Or if it... because they did just use Metronome, but does it apply... or do they need to use it first? Before Torment knows what the last move was. Nope. That's a struggle. That's 25% of their max health as damage, and then poison at the end of the turn. Hyper Voice, big damage. Peanut Butter gone, and Quilava's going to struggle itself to death. Which is then going to be lead to Sashay at the end of the turn. Geodude still lives at over half HP. Because the big moves are on Grovyle and Golbat. And C-Dot with the one shot, with 1 KO. What can Lugia do? And especially, can it hit the Deoxys before the Deoxys hits Lugia? Once the Deoxys comes out. Because that Deoxys could also just dominate. We have an Intimidate, though. From Barkwolf.
Is sent out.
But they are poisoned. And take some early damage to the spikes. Here's Sally's ace. For many more reasons than just the fact that it is the highest base out total of their team. Geodude is the second highest, well, second lowest base out total on Sashay's team, but it survives. For now. Lugia could also self-destruct and then they just lose. We haven't seen self-destruct in prison. Is that Skull Bash? It is. No, not bad to get a defense boost on a Pokemon that is not in a timer. And Skull Bash is a pretty strong move. That's just because it's an Intimidate Arcanine, not a Flash Fire that affected it. That's going to add to the damage. Yeah, Magnemite doesn't help. You've already been affected by the spikes. I'm sure Magma Storm is 1/16th or 1/10th or 1/8th. Confuse a Lugia, that's big.
It was confused.
I'm gonna look up Magma Storm's damage. The exact percentage. 1/16th. And it's a Geodude, so it's still decent damage, but it is not very effective, and it's still 100 defense, I think, on a Geodude. Bubble Beam, not an Arcanine, but it's probably smart to target the Lugia, because Arcanine will go down eventually because of the Magma Storm damage plus the poison. Sure, you want it to be a 2v1 scenario, but you know that it's going to go down early. Ooh! More reason why Geodude might survive, and this might actually be good for Sashay, because if they now KO Arcanine and Lugia with the Deoxys, the fact that Geodude is still alive would make it a 3-0 win, not a 2-0.
Arcanine is losing its health. It's not going to be able to withstand much more. Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next?
Critical from a Deoxys attack. Yeah, that's Arcanine gone. It's a 3-1 lead for Sashay. Sally really needs to target Deoxys, because that's such a dangerous Pokemon. But also so easy to deal with as long as you just hit it. Need Alarm. Let's see how much damage that deals. 60 power physical move. But on that low defenses, that's over half. Yeah, Lugia's not near having to use Leopard Berry, so that's not that big. Fury Swipes. Won't be too big damage because it's Fury Swipes, but still.
Multiple hits. It keeps dealing damage.
Might be pretty decent. Except it's only 2 hits. Still, it's damage. Every bit of damage counts. Especially if it hits itself, because that also means that Lugia just doesn't do any damage back. Submission that's very much resisted, but every little bit of damage counts. It'll eventually add together to the win. That's what Sally will think. Oh, Sashay. Sally is the Lugia.
Well, both corners still have a chance to win this. What kind of developments can we expect to see next? Like it.
Deoxys will be stuck in Petal Dance, dealing decent damage per turn. Lugia's gonna go for the damage every turn on Charizard, but they really need to focus on Deoxys. Because sure, it might be a not very effective move, but it's still a Deoxys attack and using the 120 power Petal Dance. Power Gem is super effective. Lugia's relatively defensive, but yeah, it's getting to pretty low health, and the fact that it's 2v1 scenario isn't helping, because that's just allowing more hits against it. Here comes the second turn of Petal Dance.
Successfully hit multiple times. Lugia restored its health.
Alright, it heals up with Morning Sun. That's a good move.
Deoxys got so tired that it's now confused.
Deoxys had really high attack and really low defenses. That confusion damage is going to be huge.
The mood in the Colosseum has become somewhat...
I'm actually really interested in seeing that. Just once. It KO'd itself for almost half health.
That was rather
It's not bad. That is how you take out the Deoxys attack. Making it hits of Ice Ball. No! If Lugia survives the next few turns and that keeps hitting, that's the win for Sally. They would beat Toxic Spikes and a 3v1 if they get this. Honestly, I say advantage Lugia at this point. Bit of damage from on charge every turn. That's gonna keep doubling. Still a 2v1, but they need big moves. That Morning Sun really helped for Lugia. It's a metronome battle. You never say never. It's never over until it's over. Is Lugia gonna get it back? Are they gonna make the 3v1 and then 1-0 comeback? Trick Room might be good because that allows Judo and Charizard to go before Lugia. Gives them more chances to hit it. Drain Punch's not gonna do much. You need the head smash. Maybe not explosion unless you really expect to lose. You haven't seen Self-Destruct or Explosion yet. We've seen Parasong 4 or 5 times. We've seen Toxic Spikes many times. Spikes twice now. Imprison the thing twice. Trick Room twice. Dragon Breath Paralysis? Decent chance for it. Paralysis is an extra chance that Ice Ball doesn't work. Because if Ice Ball misses, remember, 10% chance to miss due to the 90% accuracy. Then that suddenly puts the advantage back in Sashay's ballpark, but that was turn 3, I think.
Something strange. Distortion. What's this?
If it hits next turn, that's Charizard going. If it hits the 5th turn, it's Geodude going. Roar time from a Geodude that's not big. Yeah, it's damage, but now it skips a turn. If Lugia hits this and the next one, it's over. Because both Geodude and yeah, Charizard's down or Geodude can't move next turn. It's just it's an accuracy check. If Lugia hits the 90% accuracy, it's over. It doesn't! There's a very small chance Geodude might still win. I think one more turn to Trick Room. One more turn to Trick Room, I think. Can Geodude, one of the lead Pokemon Sashay's team, clutch it against the Lugia, beat up? It's super effective, but it's only one hit. You need something big, like Rock Slide or Stone Edge. Or just Explosion. Lugia, Strength. High defense is Geodude. Yeah, it survives. Now Trick Room's over. Lugia goes first again. Lugia could finish it off with a lot of moves. Are they gonna clutch and pull the win? The Toxic Spikes is useless. Not useless. They have one Pokemon. Honestly, use Water Gun and it's down. Or is Sashay gonna win after all? Ice Shard adds a bit of damage from the physical attacker, but it needs 2 more of those. Geodude almost out of Metronomes, but I believe they still have the Leopard Berry. Lugia, Sleep Powder. It doesn't KO the Geodude, but it doesn't help. If Lugia would have been affected by the Toxic Spikes, the fight would have been over already. But it wasn't, which is amazing. Maybe that's just the reason why for the next tournament, some people would use more Flying types or Levitators to get away from Toxic Spikes. But again, to have this many uses of Toxic Spikes. 6 now. 3 fights have seen Toxic Spikes, with both sides using it once. And they've been active on the field at the same time. Like, that won't happen that often. That we even see Toxic Spikes is relatively rare. Torment. Geodude will be happy to sleep because otherwise it would take itself out. Never mind. Next one, Geodude takes itself out. Unless Confusion works.
It was confused.
I don't think that's enough.
Are we going to see the end of this battle in the next turn? The trainer's strategies will determine the outcome.
Haven't heard that from the commentator much. Giga Drain, there's the big move. Geodude will not take itself out. And this time, the turn 1 Toxic Spikes combo loses. Sally comes back from a 3-1 score. Sashay was leading 3-1, having a Deoxys attack and a Charizard. But it's Lugia that stood the test of time.